What up, everybody? You know what it is. It's debate time. On my way to work, and I'm checking out should Carmelo Anthony come off the bench. Me personally, I know if I was in that role, I'm a superstar, I would want to come off the bench. My career is not, you know what I'm saying, going at a downslide like Dwayne Wade is, but I think you should come off the bench so you can make your team, you know what I'm saying, the second unit better. Second unit, you can still get your points, but, you know what I'm saying, I know you want to portray how it looks because you're getting paid the big money, but fuck that. If you want a ring, you're going to come off the bench. So let's see what First Take talking about. Let's see what they think.
A lot of people are indeed panicking about the Thunder, including including Tracy. Are you panicking? Kind of panicking.
That sounds like
borderline panicking. Carmelo Anthony, however, not one of them. He spoke yesterday about the team being angry but not frustrated that they are losing. He also had a nice, this was a soft, nuanced answer to a question about a lineup
angry
change.
But not frustrated.
Quote,
should be real frustrated.
No, not at all. We're fine, man. And Trace, I do have to say, you said basically, you and Paul said up here to me yesterday, I brought up Dwayne Wade, he's flourished with Cleveland's second unit, right? Should Melo consider it too? Not even that he comes off the bench, but just for lineup changes. You and Paul Pierce both jumped down my throat. No.
Well, I kind of agree because of, I think, the flexibility it gives their team in terms of more shots for Paul George, put him in a position to where he can excel with these guys, because right now he's not being who he is. That's a playmaker, that's a scorer. Like having Melo out there, having all three of those guys out there, you got a stagnant offense. So I think if you bring somebody in like a Patterson off the bench who would take less shots, less is better for this team in the starting lineup. That necessarily is.
That's exactly right, because you got three superstars on your team: Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, and then Paul George. Somebody got to take less shots. Somebody got to try to give up the ball. And if everybody's trying to score, then you're going to have a stagnant offense, like you said. So if you do bring somebody off the bench that's going, like, okay, I got Russell Westbrook on my, they're going to try to get it to him, that's not a superstar and don't want the ball all the time, that'll be good for you. Real good. Phone locked up on me.
Don't devalue Melo as a player. It's just what's the greater good for our team right now.
I agree with what you're saying.
That's the key
from
right
a
there.
rotation standpoint. I don't know if it's a starting lineup issue, though.
man.
I mean, you look at the numbers, the starting lineup that they run with, that we all know and love, in the first half of games, they're really good. They're plus 18.
Right.
They're shooting great. They're one of the best defensive units. In the second half, it falls off a cliff. And a lot of it is because they get away from what they're doing in the beginning of the game, and it turns into my turn, your turn. And so, what you're saying, Trace, I agree 100%. Somebody has to be out. You can't have all three guys out there the whole time, just for basketball sanity, not because.
Well, that's the thing. So
that's what they're trying to do.
Give you credit, Tracy. You did agree with me about the rotations, but you and Paul both were like, no, it's not time for Melo not to be a starter. And I understand that philosophy, and that certainly seems what Melo is reacting to. It's just sometimes not about that of like, oh, you were a bench player. It's just more of like, how do we move these chips?
Man, forget that. Put his ass on the bench. If he don't like it, he can, you know what I'm saying, he can go play somewhere else. Ain't nobody gonna want him. Shoot, he shoot the ball too much. Every time he get the ball, he's stagnant and he holds it. So, man, put his ass on the second team. Let him be cool there. You know what I'm saying? And then sit him when you need him. That's what I think.
Around
I want to ask Tracy a question. As a Hall of Famer, a great player, would you rather not start a game but finish a game, or would you rather start a game but at the end of the game you're not playing?
No, I'm finished.
Right. See, and I think that's the harder, because their fourth quarters are terrible. Yeah. And they have to fix that. But I think the fix is sitting one of those guys. And I don't know as a coach how you have that conversation with.
But I think still, even if Melo doesn't start, he will play 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. He would get starters minutes. I think for the balance, though,
Right.
You know, allow Russ to get in the rhythm and be who he is or who he was last season. Allow Paul George to have more touches, be more of a playmaker, have Russ off the ball.
But his game is not like that. His game is not to sit back and let
when
somebody
you
else
thought of
shine.
yourself as a starter, and you've been a huge superstar your entire career, led the league in scoring twice, having to adjust to a different role is difficult.
15 years though in the league, and I think if
it's time for you,
the way his career went, I think you have to strongly consider that because you are on a great contender team for a championship.
Right. I don't know. I mean, we heard him at training camp, right? That quote I read it for you. That was from yesterday. This was Thunder Media Day.
Or the concept of starting at the 4 or even coming off the bench. And the second question,
me? Oh. Yeah, who you? Yeah, you.
I guess that answers that part.
I mean, I don't know where that started, where that came from.
Come on now.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
He said, P, I got to come off the bench. Yeah, you should, man.
I mean, look, we love Melo. Like, I get it. No one's saying, I don't think anybody involved in this discussion, I want to make that clear, is saying Melo's a bench player now. It's just more of where you move the pieces around.
A 3-time champion, NBA champion, I don't know how many All-Stars D.
Finals MVP.
Finals MVP. If he's able to sacrifice
then
for
you
the
are
greater
too,
good
man.
of that team over there, you got to look at that. You got to strongly consider.
And sort of, and also embrace that role. And sort of, he's got the whole second unit to run now, and that's kind of fun for him.
When you win,
that's a challenge.
All
too.
that goes down.
Right?
Man, wow. If Carmelo, if you can't consider coming off the bench, you're gonna be remembered as a hold the ball type of guy. You think you first, black hole type of guy. You ain't passing. So I think you should go ahead and try to come off the bench and see how that works. Just at least try it. Give it a couple of games and see how you feel. So, all right, man. Tell me what you think. If you think you should come off the bench, let me know in the comments down below. All right, man. I'm out.